Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dungeons and Drams. Today we are entering the city of Helixia, and we have our messiah here, Knobolas. And I will defer to you, my liege, and or your worship. I don't know what you'd call a messiah. What are you drinking tonight, Clifton?
I'm drinking just an old Scout K&L pick. So just I think it's 5-year, yeah. So I don't know. I wanted to have something to kind of get in the mood for Mr. Salazar. So gotta pregame a little bit.
Excellent. And Molly, I'm gonna just tell us about your hat.
Well, you know, I think I was inspired by Salazar, my toboggan, as some might call it.
Yeah. Question for the audience:
for those unfamiliar, it's the Deathly Hallows symbol.
That's very nice.
Yeah, any Harry Potter fans out there will recognize it. But yeah, I'm wearing it because I also, in addition to wanting to make a nod towards Salazar, I don't want to do my hair today, so this is what you guys get.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Thanks, y'all.
So, to anybody in the chat, has anybody ever do you know a hat like that being called a toboggan? Because that was news to like half of us here in the video here.
It's a southern thing. Me and Adriana are from South Carolina, so like that's what we call it.
Yeah. We don't have sleds, so we just thought it was what cold people put on their heads.
We have like trash can lids that like one chance that it snows, people just ride on that.
Yeah.
They don't own a sled.
Or like a plastic tray from school.
Oh yeah.
Not that you'd ever steal that from school, but
No, never. Why would you? That's mean. So Adriana, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I just got home about 2 minutes ago, so I'm eating chile verde. But then I've got some Knob Creeks next to me, so I'll just drink one of those when in doubt.
Obviously,
they just are already there, so I plan not at all.
Has one by your side, no matter where. She is.
Literally, pretty much.
Jason, how about you? What are you drinking?
I was lucky enough to get sent this bottle from Sagamore. It's a Sagamore Spirit Wood Stove Imperial Stout Cask Aged Rye.
Okay.
And
that's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff going on, but it's basically a stout beer finished rye whiskey. And my first time diving into it, and I love stout beer, and I love rye, so it's friggin' delicious. It's all the chocolate and marshmallow you want.
Excellent.
Nice.
That sounds really
I feel
good.
like stout aged whiskeys go really well, but I'm not big on whiskey aged stouts. I feel like it doesn't go the other way. You know what I mean?
I've had quite a few rye aged beers, but never. I don't think I've had a stout aged whiskey. Whatever you just said.
Well, but like Bourbon County stouts, they're typically that, right? Like some of them.
Yeah, I'm not big on those. I gotta say,
they're rich, like extremely, like.
Oh yeah. I have had those. I've had those a lot, and I do like them. Yeah, like the Sorry, I get all kinds of confused.
They can also get very sweet, and sometimes, like most of those Bourbon County stouts, those Goose Islands, I can't even drink a whole thing. It's just too, it's just too sweet. You know, most like really good stouts are already inherently sweet anyway. Now you're just adding more bourbon sweetness, and then they're throwing cherry and God knows what else in those things. It's like drinking candy, man. It gets a little bit too sweet, but
they do go crazy. Erica likes her ridiculously additive laden beers, and I can drink about half of one. I can't do more than that.
Yeah, I always do. I have a small glass specifically for those that I feel like it's nice in like small quantities, but I couldn't do a whole one either.
Yeah, you know, like Fireball.
I got one of that in my freezer. It's fine.
There was a beer around here. It's by a brand called Evil Genius, and it was Purple Monkey Dishwasher Chocolate Peanut Butter Porter. And fantastic beer. Fantastic beer. But you mentioning about all the additives and stuff, like that's like 9 words. So
I remember isn't there a Sweet Baby Jesus peanut butter porter or something like that?
Probably.
Yeah.
So here I am being quiet, like, oh, I don't totally love all those additive beers. They're delicious.
Oh no, they taste good.
Yeah, Molly never talks about the whiskey or nothing. But you bring up some flavored beers, she's like, "I like everything."
That's exactly how I sound.
I was just about to say that's very very good, Jason.
Very
accurate.
Knobolas' mother.
Don't feel bad. I gave everyone that voice.
Knobolas, you
Welcome
gotta be
to Dungeons
careful
and
what you
Brews.
put in your body.
Knobolas, your nipples are danger. I'm Molly, and I just love flavored beers.
Poor Adriana, she's just trying to eat her dinner.
That's all right. I want Chili Verde to come
This
out
is
her
definitely
nose.
too
so-
spicy to choke on.
Yeah. Fantastic. Ed, what are you drinking today?
Well, I have a big heaping glass of Manischewitz. Happy beginning of Purim to all our Jewish viewers. So, best holiday ever. It literally says in the Talmud you're supposed to get shit-faced. So,
No.
cheers.
Wow.
Oh, Manischewitz.
Cheers to that holiday.
Yeah, right. I like that.
Manischewitz reminds me of my beloved grandma. She actually liked drinking Manischewitz. She liked Jewish wine.
I have never tried that. But...
I think because it's so sweet, she loves it.
It's so sweet. Oh my god, it's like drinking juice. And I got the elderberry, so it's exceptionally sweet.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's the good stuff.
And it's good for your health.
No, there you go.
Drink the elderberry. It's good for your health. Make your nipples really nice. I don't even know. All right. Anyway, I'm drinking Starward. So I was just talking to Jason about how I was having such trouble the other night. I did a live stream where I was trying to pick my next single barrel, and I'm doing one with Starward, which is Australian whiskey. And I'm down to two different picks, so I'm gonna drink them tonight, thinking that this is more of a casual thing. And so when I did it on the stream, it was like trying to evaluate it. This is going to be what would be good to just be on the table while you're watching TV. So we'll see if one of them sticks out more as just good. If not, then they're both good choices. So we'll see.
That's funny because I'm thinking about having Nick pour me two like blind pours tonight just to get a little practice then for Matt Madness.
You got some stiff competition. Yeah.
Every night is a blind night. It's like way too much drinking.
Yeah.
And there's only so much training you could do before you're like, oh my god,
Blow your taste buds out.
Even the last place, that was not fun, but it's a challenge.
Yeah.
So Steve A in the chat is quoting, "Men are encouraged to drink wine or any other alcoholic beverage." So specifically men.
I think it applies to everybody.
I think it's like mankind, So,
yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There's a line in the Talmud that says you should drink to the point that you cannot tell good from evil.
Oh,
You're supposed
I love
to get
it.
that drunk.
Oh wow, that doesn't take a lot.
yeah, that's dangerous.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, so I filled Jason in on what happened last week. I gave him the long version, but let's jump into the quick little recap here. So anybody who might have missed last week, we'll find out where we are and how we got there, and why we are all worshiping Knobolas now. So, when last we saw our heroes, they divided the party, which is always a great idea. Knobolas and Daffy and Agnomeio walked down to the front gate, where they witnessed a traitor being attacked and mutilated before being enslaved by the UNT. Paying this no mind, Knobolas emerged from the jungle in his new form, that of a UNT Malison, a humanoid who looks mostly human, but with significant serpentine features. Daffy and Agnomeio sang praises of Knobolas, now known as Salazar, and was able to talk his way into the city. Meanwhile, TaLin and Alessio approached the Helixia from the south, and from a distance spotted Thorak atop the ziggurat, a large plume of yellow haze surrounding him and the top of the tower. The two grappled their way atop the city wall and had a surprise run-in with a guard. Luckily, they were able to dispatch him prior to any shouts or calls for alarm. TaLin dragged the body up a set of stairs within one of the spires surrounding the city, and she's fairly confident that the body is hidden, at least for the time being. Descending from the wall, they emerged from an alley behind one of the major market buildings and met up with the group in the central area of the city, where Knobolas had amassed a bit of a following already, people reacting to calls of him being a messiah. We now return to the group, where they find themselves surrounded by about 15 UNT purebloods, all vying for favor from Knobolas. In addition, there is a slave who was asked to show you around, and the traitor whom Daffy had healed and was told to stick with you if he didn't want to die. From your current position, the ziggurat lies directly before you. The market is to the southeast, the Temple of Tongues to the northwest, and the Sunstone Selenium is just to your right. So, let me bring you guys over here. So I ask you...
I'm refreshing mine to try and get in.
No problem. So I ask you all, what would you like to do?
I'm still intrigued by that Temple of Tongues that we talked about last week.
Sure. So at the moment, before you make any sort of decisions, so the group that's surrounding you. They're pretty much blocking your way, and they're asking you all these questions about Helix. They're saying, when is he coming back? What did he say to you? How is he? Why are you the Messiah? What did he tell you? I would say before you do anything or go anywhere, you're gonna either have to bring these people with you or get rid of them. Or
can I just perform a miracle and appease them with that? Do we want to make our glowy friend visible?
You tell me. So he is currently visible. If you remember, he attacked the guard,
That's
so
right.
He lost his invisibility.
I'm sorry, but I still played it off cool, right? I was like, oh, I totally did that.
Nobody else saw that.
Never mind.
Yep. So, before anything else, I'm gonna throw this out here. So TaLin, I would like you to roll a d20. And if at any point you roll a 1 when I call for it, the body is going to be discovered, and we will find out what happens with that.
Oh boy.
Wait, like any point in the night?
No, I'm going to call for a d20 roll on occasion, and if she ever rolls a 1, then the body will be discovered.
Got it.
Okay, it still hasn't loaded for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Alessio, since you were there, I'll have you roll a d20 while she's still trying to get in.
Oh, great.
Well, she'd roll. She has physical dice, right?
Yeah, I've got physical dice.
Okay,
I just grabbed them.
Yeah, perfect. Roll a d20, TaLin. You were the one that hid the body, so let's go with you. Sorry, Alessio.
I'm like, let me find a spot to actually. Ooh, maybe you could hear it. It's a 12.
All right. As far as you know, the body is still hidden. All right, Knobolas.
Soon all of your questions will be answered. Wow, I almost messed that up.
It's all right.
One of you guys should give me like a question to throw him off that I'll know the answer to.
Did you not see his glowing one? This is the work of the great Salazar.
Bow to me, glowing one.
Alessio gets on his knee, looks up, says, "Yes, my Messiah."
What other proof do you guys need? I mean, obviously.
He was once blind, and Salazar gave him the light to be able to see.
I was once dark and
Awesome. So, Knobolas, make a persuasion roll with advantage. I have an idea,
Alright.
but you have to earn
Someone
it.
remind me the key to press to get advantage?
Hold shift when you roll.
Thank you. I rarely have advantage, so. Alright, 16.
So the traitor, he the traitor that was healed, he actually he kind of looks over and he says, the guards over, or I forget his voice, but he says, the guards over at the gate, they cut my ankle, and one of his followers here healed my ankle. He's performing miracles already. Messiah, I am here to serve you.
Does anyone else want to join our party?
Well, at this point, they all do.
Okay. I'm not saying you all get a chance to. I'm just saying, who else would?
What can we do to earn your favor, Master?
First of all, bring us your finest. Show us your finest goods in town.
All right. So they actually all start walking towards the market. They're surrounding you at this point, so they're basically ushering your whole group over to the market. So we'll head over to the market. All right. So I'm not going to drag all your tokens because I found that kind of lags the thing. But if you guys want to just move over to where Booker is, then that would be fine.
Now that I know how to drag my token.
Yeah, I know. Now that you actually know how to do it. All right. So as you walk into the market, it's a definite focal point of the city. There's 4 large buildings that cover the 4 corners of the market square, but there are also multiple stalls making up the inside of this area, and a large communal bath in the center. Many of the traders seem transitory, and you see that they're selling wares from within covered wagons or from the backs of pack animals. The 4 large buildings have signs over them indicating a general store, a magic item shop, a weaponsmith, and an armor smith. So let's do some shopping, and why don't you guys tell me what you're looking for? Or where you'd like to go first.
Dali just joined the thing.
I say we split up and check out the different stores instead of all going into one at once. This way we can see what's available.
Okay.
Sure. So there was
Any weapons?
There was a weapon place. You said an
weapons,
armory.
Was it magic?
So there's a general store, a magic store, a weaponsmith, and an armor smith.
All right. I think we get the...
And if there's any like little odds and ends that you're looking for, then let me know, and it's likely that one of the wandering traders will be able to help you.
All right. I say we hit the weapons store, the armory, and the magic store. I need some cards.
Need some cards.
Gotta get his latest trade-in pack.
All right. So you guys are going to the weapons store first?
Yeah.
All
Sure.
right.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys head to the building designated as a weapon store, and it's a sandstone building with a large chimney coming out of the top. Adorning the walls are countless scimitars, falchions, and bows that are carved in the likeness of a serpent whose tail ends in a short metal blade. Behind the counter stands a tall creature with thick, matted fur, and it barely serves to conceal his muscly, knotted body. He's got these absurdly long limbs, and he's just this big, hulking brute. He's got these fangs that are so long and jagged that it only makes sense that his mouth is just kind of always agape. And he's got these hair-covered hands. He's holding this big morning star that is almost small in his hands. And this is a bugbear. So he says, "You buy weapons? You should buy weapons. Lots of weapons. If I don't sell, I don't eat."
I like this guy's wrecked.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's obviously he's obviously drinking Manischewitz.
Yeah.
I feel like the god gets to go first, right? The Messiah.
Yeah, Messiah. Why don't you ask what they got? Maybe they have something in the back, like at a liquor store.
Well,
surely you will give me and my friends your best deals. Is that right?
I'll sell for what it sells for, but it's not mine. This is not my store. I work here. My master owns the store. So
has your master not heard of the great crusade of Salazar, for which he requires armaments?
I don't know Salazar. I don't know the Salazar.
Sponsored by the Messiah.
I don't think he knows who the hell Nipples is. So what do you got there? What do you got there, boy?
Nipples? You say Salazar? Who Nipples?
His holy nipples.
Only my friends.
His holy nipples. All right. So the way that we'll do some shopping here. So if there's something that you're like, I know this is kind of the first time we've really done a shop here. So if there's something that you're looking for or anything that you have in mind, let me know, and I'll kind of let you know if there's something like that. So in this case, there might be a couple of magic items here. But more so, there's weapons of all kinds. So if you carry a rapier and you'd rather have a long sword or a spear, or if you want to replace your javelins or anything like that. If you want a new bow, like, you let me know what you're looking for.
I'm looking for something to stab with. Do they have any stabby things? Right now I'm tall, but like it's okay if it's for short people. Just even though I'm very tall, I like short people, daggers and things.
Let's see. So he's got so let me just kind of read this, because I know you guys haven't really studied the freaking like what you can have in this game. So I'll just read these off real fast. dagger, hand axe, javelin, light hammer, mace, sickle, spear. And then there's battle axe, flail, glaive, great axe, great sword, halberd, lance, long sword, maul, morningstar, pike, rapier, scimitar, short sword, trident, war pick, and warhammer. Those are the general weapons. I know there was a lot, but
That was a lot.
it was. But I was hoping
I'm
that
just
you might
gonna
be
pull
like
that up
listening
in
for something.
another
That's fine.
tab real quick.
I am going to drop that in the backstage, and you guys can look at it
Okay.
while we're talking. Yep.
Oh, perfect.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
I know. I was like, how do I do this? Because I didn't think you guys would really know what you're looking for.
Do we
So-
want to go look for armor first then? Like look at
Yeah.
armor while we're making
Yes.
our decisions on maybe what kind of weapon we want.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, Molly's saying that myself and Ed disappeared, and she can't see or hear us.
We can
y'all
see-
still hear and see us.
We can see Molly, and I think everybody... Molly, why don't you
Yeah.
restart? I know you turned off your video a minute ago. All right, cool. She's going to restart. So I just dropped a catalog kind of in the backstage for you guys to take a look at. If anybody in the chat is interested, I just dropped a link in the chat, so you can go check this out too, and you can see what kind of things are available as a general D&D store.
If the chat has recommendations too, I'm down to hear what you guys.
That's okay. You guys can, the chat is serving as this this group that is around you, and they're recommending weapons for Salazar and
yeah.
his followers. So I for once, I will actually allow chat interaction for weapon selection.
Yeah, all the locals know, what this weaponsmith sells and everything, and what's good, what to avoid. If his daggers are shit, let us know.
And I'm looking at that trident. That sounds pretty freaking cool. It sounds like something.
Oh, that does sound kind of badass. Yeah.
A trident would be cool. So let me tell you a little bit more about this bow that was up on the wall, because of the items that you've seen, this is one that you haven't seen before. So it's made from a long curving piece of kind of just jungle exotic wood, and it's carved in the likeness of a serpent whose tail ends in a short metal blade. You can use this bow as either make ranged attacks or melee attacks, whereas normally a bow would have disadvantage if you were to use it in melee combat. This essentially functions as a stabbing implement as well as a bow.
Ooh, well, as the
Ooh.
Lord Snaky one himself, I would love to purchase that off of you.
Excellent. So there are a few of them, so if people want them, then they're available. But he, excuse me, he says, that'll be 15 gold.
15 gold.
Do we need to trade in our gems or anything that we've
I'm
gotten?
sorry.
Do we need to...
I'm sorry. I misdid that. Sorry. It's more like 75 gold.
Oh, well, no, you said 15 gold.
Retcon.
Can't take it back now.
Retcon.
You're
Sorry.
back. Right.
Sorry. This is my first time.
It's a secondary market. Jeez.
My first time running a store too. You guys completely ignored the store I made for you in Alowith Harbor. So
Trade in some items to kind of get some credit.
absolutely. So you have a number of items on your person. I actually was looking through all of your inventories, and in the interest of speed, I'm not gonna make you haggle. Like if you have any things that are
Ooh.
just truly treasure, they're worth what they say that they're worth. I know, TaLin, you've picked up some figurines or something, or somebody picked up a glass statue. There's all kinds of stuff that you guys have picked up.
Well, I was just
Yeah, I
gonna
see it in the
trade my-
inventory and it shows.
I have 2 short swords that I never use, so I was thinking this kind of. It says looks like they're
Sure.
worth 10 gold each.
Sure, he'll buy those both for 10 gold each. No problem.
Okay, so what's the total now?
For the
It's 75 for
the bow? Yeah, so it'll
bow
be
and arrow.
55 gold for the bow.
Okay, sounds like a deal. I'll take it.
All right. So I will I'll add that to your inventory for you.
Thank you.
I'm buying one also.
Okay.
You're always
Cool.
giving me a hard time for not bow and arrowing. What's the verb for that?
I always just said
Archery?
shooting. Yeah. Fun fact: I'm actually a licensed archery instructor. So I don't think I ever told
Oh,
you guys
really?
that.
I love.
Yeah.
I've only done it a couple of times, but it's so much
Yeah.
fun.
I always
the
just
first
said
Dungeons and
shooting.
Drams and meet up. We'll do archery lessons.
That'd be fun.
That would be awesome.
I'd love to learn.
Yeah.
So for the moment, I will. So there's a longbow in your inventory now, Salazar. We'll use that for the moment, and then if you need to stab, just use a short sword for the moment, and I'll make.
I deleted my short swords. It's okay.
That's okay.
We can figure it out.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take care of you. Anyway, I'll do the same thing for you, TaLin. All right. Does anybody else want to trade in any sort of items?
I'm good. I'm gonna keep my rapier. It seems to be the best, one of the best low key weapons for my rogue.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with my rapier.
Cool.
I'm more interested in looking at some
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Some what?
armor.
Some armor.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, while we're here, I'm gonna also sell my crossbow, which is worth 25, just because
Sure.
I no longer need it now. I have this really cool longbow.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No
Okay.
problem. All right. Cool. And just for the rest of you, like any of these people that we're talking to, they'll just buy whatever you want them to buy. So just kind of handle your own inventory there, just to save time. Otherwise, we're gonna have a whole shopping episode, and we're gonna bore the audience. But
Yeah, it's gonna be real boring.
yeah. All right. So you want to go to the armor smith, or is there anything else that you guys want? Did you want to buy a trident, Knobolas?
How much are they?
They are 5 gold.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. He
this
reaches
made out of
underneath the. It's made out of. It's actually made out of like a blue colored metal. It's very light, actually.
You should have stolen salts. Not stolen. but,
Oh, his
you
war
know.
fork. Yeah. His
Yeah.
giant fork.
Did somebody take his war fork? Did anyone get
No.
a hold of that? No? Oh,
No.
that's too bad.
Nah, it would have been nice, but you got a bag of pork or a bag of meats.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that.
Nice. All right, cool. So you guys head over to unless you want anything else.
Nope.
Cool. All right, so you head over to the armory, and
Treat yourself.
treat yourself to 2023. All right, so you head over to the armory, and inside you hear ting ting ting, ting ting ting, and there's 3 small dwarves surrounding a forge, each banging on a shield in quick succession. Ting ting ting, and they go, "Be right there with ya." And the 3 dwarves, they head up to the counter to introduce themselves. One says, "I'm Tormund, this is Barrel, and that's Hardor Thunderbreaker. He insists that we use his full name. What can we do for you?"
You're on. You're on, Knobolas. Tell them who you are.
It didn't work with the last guy, but my friends require some. Well, not my friends, my followers require some equipment to face the challengers ahead. Surely you can cut them a deal for some of your best equipment.
Well, that depends on what you're into. What do you want?
Brings back up the link.
So, yeah. So,
Yes,
if
please provide inventory link, Bill.
no problem.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah. So yes, there's an armor area, but generally, like, so what you guys are wearing, there's stuff that you could typically wear. So like somebody like Ed could wear. I think an obvious upgrade for you would be like half plate or plate mail if you wanted to upgrade to something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking going full plate.
Yeah, and then there's there's some upgrades for your leather. You could go. I think hide armor might be a little better. It should say. I should have had you guys kind of actually look into this stuff ahead of time. Sorry, I didn't want to like give away that we were definitely going to a market because it might not have happened. But I'll think better of it in the future. All right. So let's do this. So one of the dwarves, he spots the carapace that you're carrying, I believe, Alessio. He spots it on your back. He says, "Hey, what is that giant plate you're carrying around there?"
Oh, this is a carapace that we I don't even remember what the hell that thing was called.
Umber
We
Hulk.
killed,
Hulk.
Oh yeah, the Umber Hulk. Yes, we killed the Hulk. Back in. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta do my voice. Back when a little bit ago, we killed this big Hulk. I stabbed him in the ass with my sword, and his freaking ass, kind of slid down. And after he died, he was just kind of melted there. So we took this big piece of his shield that he had on his back. We took it, and now I got it. And now we got it. Why you?
To the blessings of Salazar.
You interested?
Yeah.
Might be able to make something from it.
It's
Can
not.
you make something out of it? Can you fancy us? Can you fancy me some armor or somebody a shield? What can we do with this?
We could definitely. I'm not going to do his voice. I'm butchering the accent. I just.
I was gonna say you went from like Scottish.
Oh
to
yeah,
Persian.
it's so bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
It was
practicing.
like this weird Irish. I don't know what happened.
It is so hard to try to do several of these all in one like deal. Anyway, so
for sure.
They suggest that they can they can make a few different things. So, they actually walk over and they take it off of your back and they're like, can I see this for a sec? And I would imagine you hand it over.
Yep.
Cool. So, he says, this is a pretty nice carapace you've got here. I've never worked with bone before, but Hardor has. And Hardor actually walks up and he's like, who's this Hardor? Did he start working here? He says, Hardor Thunderbreaker has. And Hardor grabs the carapace from him and he throws it on the ground. And he picks up this gigantic hammer from behind the counter. And he kind of swings it over his head like he's trying to win a prize at the carnival. And it just kind of clangs right down in the middle of the carapace and it doesn't even chip. And he says, this is perfect. I can make you some really nice half-plate armor with it'll have a +1 on it. Or I can make you a special shield that you'll be able to smash it into the ground and it'll work as cover as long as you stay behind it.
Oh.
That's pretty rad.
Is there a thing for being behind cover? Like, does that give you?
Yes. So if you're behind half cover, you get +2 to your AC. If you're behind full cover, you get +5, or 3/4 cover, you get +5. So this would give you essentially +2 to AC as long as you crouch behind the thing. It uses a bonus action to kind of slam it into the ground, and then you could use a bonus action to take it back out of the ground. So it's like a portable wall.
I wonder if this will be helpful against the dragon.
It couldn't hurt.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Can you make me a shield for me and my friends here? I'm. How many gold do we need, Mister? What's his friggin' name?
Hardor Thunderbreaker.
Hardor Thunderbreaker.
He says it'll cost 300 gold and the carapace, and it's for one shield.
Ooh, 300 gold. Guys, we may need to all chip in on this.
Yeah. Wait, do we have? I think.
Found any?
Do we even have that much gold?
I was gonna say I know I have a jewel I could sell right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got a couple that I'd be willing to give you some of the proceeds from.
Yeah, I only have 100. I have 159 gold. That's it. I mean, all right. I guess if we want to try selling some stuff.
Yeah, so what was? I know I have a black coral I could unload right quick. So
I have an extra grappling hook I could sell. Maybe he could use that.
Wow. Okay, so I've got an emerald that I found that is 1,000 gold. I'll give you like each 100 from that, and then you can have an extra 100 towards your shield. Alessio. I feel like TaLin is very she's just always out on the road anyways. She's not in it for the reasons Indy is. Mm-hmm. So she's just like whatever about the money. It just comes in handy when you get to buy a new weapon.
Well, and I will happily sell my black coral, which is worth 370, and I'll pitch in another 100 right there.
All right.
Okay. So I'll just depend on you guys to manage your own money and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Cool. All right.
So trying to buy one? I'm confused.
No, it's just one that's available.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So if I have 100 from TaLin and 100 from,
you have 200 from me.
Oh, 200 from TaLin. All right. So 200 from TaLin and 100 from Agnomeio. Then that's what I'll use to pay for to turn that into a shield that we can all maybe utilize at some point.
Sweet.
Cool. Yep. All right, so you guys, so you sell the emerald for 1,000 gold. You guys divvy it up, 100 gold a piece, basically, and plus an extra 100 for the shield. Is that what I heard? or however that works out. Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So he takes the shield from you, and he says, "This won't take very long. If you want to go shop around the rest of the market, come back in about a half hour to an hour. We'll have this all set for you."
Ah, cool. I'm excited.
Before we leave, I'd like to upgrade my leather. I'm just wearing regular leather.
Sure.
You said the upgrades for that are either, I'm looking at on the thing, it's hide an option. Is that an improvement over the regular leather?
It depends. So for regular leather, you might want to upgrade to studded leather.
Okay.
But your character, you should stay in light armor.
Okay, I'll upgrade to studded leather then. How much is that?
So that'll be 45 gold.
45? Okay.
Yep. So you run back over to the bugbear and you give him 45 gold. He gives you some armor. Oh, actually, no, he was. This guy's the weapon armor smith. I'm sorry. Jeez, I can't even keep my own stuff straight. There's so many friggin' items. So, all right. Anyway.
All right, I'm also still wearing leather. Is there anything I can upgrade up to?
I would suggest you stay in what you're currently in because it helps you to be stealthy.
Okay. All right, got it.
Yeah. So we'll just kind of go with this, guys. If after tonight's session, only because I totally just threw this at you with really unrealistic expectations. Look through this list, and then we can retcon anything that you guys would like to buy.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go with this.
Okay. I mean, did you want to wait? Because I knew what I wanted to have him make.
Oh, no, for sure. More saying that if you guys decide that you want to look into this and deal with it later, then that's cool. But yes, absolutely. Tell me what you'd like.
Well, I have been holding on to 3 dragon turtle teeth. And I want to see, I mean, sounds like fella knows his way around a bone. So I was wondering if he could make a set of full plate armor out of dragon turtle teeth.
Interesting. So you were able to get 3 dragon turtle teeth. Let's see. So how much?
I guess we could go half plate if that's not enough.
I think that's a little bit more realistic, but I'm also not entirely opposed to it. So let's just see. So
don't forget to tell him it's for a gnome friend of yours.
Oh right.
It's funny. I was about to say like he would maybe be able to make a smaller set.
Right. No, it is for a shorter individual.
another
Much like a
disciple
child.
of the great Salazar.
Yes. He would be small, a child to your eyes. Yes. So I would say for an extra 300 gold, plus the cost of materials, plus the materials. Actually, you know what? Make a persuasion. Let's see what kind of cost you get on this.
All right.
And TaLin, do me a favor. Roll a d20.
I got an 18.
18. Yeah, no problem.
I can do it here now.
All right, so 350 gold plus the dragon teeth because you're providing them. And he will make you some kick-ass dragon turtle half plate armor.
Rad.
Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah. No, I can definitely do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 3.
That was so close.
I got really excited for a minute until I told you that because I was originally going to make it a 1 or a 2, and I was just a 3. Shit. Okay. All right. Cool.
Also,
so for now, you could just equip
cannon.
some half plate. A half plate.
Oh, I was gonna say for now. I was gonna say it's like a armor bikini. You know, it's just this. I'm too tall for it.
Nice. Daffy, is there anything that you would like? I know you've been dealing with connection issues, probably haven't had much of a chance to look, but do you want to upgrade any of your armor or anything?
Honestly, I mean, from Daffy's perspective, she's pretty content with what she's got. Happy to just kind of let her friends shop till they drop.
Sure. All right. So, cool. Is there anything else that you guys would like to get for armor?
Don't think so.
Can
Yeah,
I
I'll look
add
I'll look
chainmail and
afterwards.
stuff, or is that like a different type of armor?
So it's a different kind of armor. There are some setbacks to wearing that kind of armor as your class. But why don't you read? You and I will both read up on it this week, and we'll wreck on it if we want to. I mean,
Sure.
You can wear whatever you want, but it's gonna make certain things not work properly. Like warlocks are meant to
Chainmail would
wear.
block off the nips anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, I think it has to do with strength. I honestly don't remember why warlocks can't, but I know that they're not supposed to.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, cool. All right, so we good with armor?
I think so.
Cool. All right. So, do you guys want to go to the magic item store or the general store? Or be done? Whatever you'd like.
Yeah, I say we go adventure. We shop later.
Oh. What about magic items? I feel like we might find something good there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one in charge, so.
All right, Messiah. Let's go shopping.
I like that you were about to skip like the only real interesting shop.
He's like, eh.
All right, well, let's get it on. Let's go.
It's fine. It's fine. I get it. All right.
I'm like a dude. I can only take shopping for so long.
All right. So you walk over to the magic store, and there's a little sign that reads "The Snake's Bite." As you walk in, a pureblood woman greets you. Her hands are entirely covered in amethyst-colored scales, and her fingers are adorned with rings sporting gems of greenish-colored peridot and malachite, clearly meant to complement her hands. She says, "Welcome, adventurers. I see you've made quite an entrance." And she looks at you, Alessio. "Not typically how we do things around here, but you can't argue its effectiveness." I'm sorry, I meant to say Knobolas, not Alessio. God, I'm terrible tonight.
That's
I was like, what? Because he's glowing?
Yeah, no, yes. I wrote Alessio and I meant
There might
Knobolas.
be an underlying reason why you said Alessio.
Perhaps. Anyway, so she introduces herself and she says, "I am Elshu."
The shoe?
Elshu.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Elshu. It's a Spanish shoe.
I'm like, the shoe. El shoe.
So,
Yeah, Molly's cousin, Das Boot.
oh
Yes.
my gosh. I
La
love it.
zapata.
You liked it last.
Das Boot meet El Shoe.
Yes. Can I start tonight over?
Only. Get it? Only.
Oh no, this is great. I'm
Oh no. SOLE, mates. No.
Yes.
All right. So, Elshu's here. What's up? Anyway, all right. So she looks at you guys and she says, "Welcome to my shop. Is there anything that you'd like?" And well, I'll stop there.
Well, I mean, I imagine certain magic items would help each of us in our own way. I'm curious if maybe she has recommendations, or if you guys know what would help y'all.
Well, she looks at you specifically, Knobolas, and she says, "What is it that makes you feel weak?" And
Nothing,
she's
obviously.
good.
No, no, I'll say it. Sure, nothing.
What? I didn't hear what you said. Nothing.
I
Nothing.
said nothing, obviously.
All right. Then perhaps this is not the store for you. And she says, "You, the glowy one. Is that a new problem or an old problem?"
It's
a blessing.
fairly new. It's fairly new. I'm not enjoying it, but you know, it is what it is.
But it's a
Salazar
blessing from my
grant me the
Messiah.
You happen to have something for this?
Perhaps. Why don't you come to the back with me? And she's gonna turn around and she kind of opens a curtain and walks into the back. And Alessio, you follow her. So she looks at you and she says, "All right, we don't want to rouse a suspicion. Do you have the orb?"
I take it. I go into my my pocket, and I pull out the orb. And I said, "Yes, Elshu. I've been told this item is what you need."
It is. And she takes it from you and she says, "I have been given permission to promote you within the guild. You will now be known as a Shade of Brakath, and you will be granted certain boons to go along with that." And as she says this, your ring on your hand, it briefly begins to glow red and burn a little bit. The pain soon dissipates, but where before you had a black featureless ring, you now have a black ring with a single gray band inside of it. And if you look close at the gray band, it appears to be filled with an ever-moving smoke. "Alessio, have you ever taken the time to bring your familiar to your side?
Bring my familiar to my side. No, I have not.
She says, I will show you how to do this, and I've been given permission to provide you the materials for your first summoning and 3 more. So she hands you some charcoal, some incense, and some herbs, as well as a small brass cup. And she adds all 3 of the ingredients into the cup and lights them on fire. Suddenly, a black raven appears above the bronze vessel and lands on the counter next to her. Now, as far as this works, this is a spell that you have called Find Familiar. And you're able to cast this, using some of these material components that she's giving you some. But you could always also buy these. Now, it appears as a raven now, but there are other creatures that you could have it appear as, and I'll send you a list of them later. But if you fail to... whenever you summon it, it will come back as whatever it previously was. But for now, you have a raven that's kind of hanging around you. And she says...
Guys, I'm the freaking crow. I love it.
Well, she
Quoth
says...
the raven.
She says, you should name your raven. It is not just a pet. It is a companion.
Sounds like somebody got themselves a booker.
Somebody got themselves a booker.
Lumberyard batch or tag along? What are we talking here?
One of those. I don't know ravens. So is there a name that you'd like to give to your raven? Or would you like to think about it?
Let me think about it.
Okay. All right. So you now have a raven that will kind of circle in the air. It's going to circle in the air above Helixia. But if you're able to communicate with it telepathically within 100 feet. And you could see what it hears and hear what it hears, but during that time, you're going to essentially be like comatose. So you don't want to do this while you're just like standing around. Unless you want like your friends to hold you up or something like that.
Wait, so while I'm doing this Find Familiar, I'm just kind of like a statue.
So it's more like you have to cast a spell for the familiar to appear, but then you're able to essentially see through its eyes or hear through its ears. But while that's happening, you are comatose, and you can turn that on and off however you'd like.
How long does the familiar last?
It's a permanent kind of summoning.
Oh, then why do you need multiple?
So if it dies.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, the Find Familiar can die. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So it does also have like some like it can peck things with its beak, or it can the raven specifically has a trait called mimicry, which it can mimic simple sounds. But we'll discuss all of this offline. So you now have a familiar.
That's awesome. Thank you for showing me how to summon my new familiar. Is there anything you could give me for the yellow glow, as I brought you the orb that you requested?
Yes. So she rifles through a little drawer for a minute, and she pulls out a wand. And she says, I don't know what caused this, but let's see if this works. And she casts a Dispel Magic on you. And your yellow glow goes away.
What?
Oh, damn.
Fuck.
So, you are no longer yellow.
Wow, I didn't even have to roll.
You
That's
didn't even have to roll. But you did have to ask,
think-
which is good that you did.
We're gonna
All
need
right.
a new miracle.
Well, now I'm curious about it because like she questioned me when I went in, saying like, "What makes you weak?" I feel like she knows something that I don't know, and I'm wondering like, was that like just her just being generic, or like did she know something? So I'm wondering if I can ask her to. Can I speak to you in the back as well after she comes back out?
Sure. So she comes out, and then you ask to speak with her in the back, and she says, "Okay, that would be fine, but we must make it quick." So you guys go to the back.
Why was it me that you questioned about what makes me weak?
She says, "Your form may fool many people here, but not me. So I see what makes Sorry. She says, I see what makes you weak, and I was curious what you would say.
You see what makes me weak. I don't know, I kind of want to start getting aggressive with her and be like, nothing makes me weak. What do you see in me?
Make a persuasion.
Oh, let that go.
Make your tell.
15.
A 15.
Not bad.
So she looks at you, and she says, well, quite literally, you are quite a weak man. Your muscles are not nearly as large as they are, but there's something I could do for that. If only you'll admit it to me.
That's why I brought you back here. Yes, you're right. You're right. It's a facade. What can I do to help with that?
Well, and she hands you a potion.
Heavyweight low reps, bro.
Yeah, she says you gotta stop skipping leg day.
Yeah.
So she hands you she hands you a
Bend over,
potion.
I'm gonna needle you in the ass with little steroids.
Here come the steroids.
That went fast. All right. So she hands you a potion, and she says, actually, sorry. She hands you 5 potions, and she says, these will help if you're here to do what I think you're going to do, but I would wait to take them. These will help with Thorak.
Oh.
Oh.
Thank you.
So, and she essentially hands you guys 5 potions of resist disease, which will allow you to basically make an advantage saving throw if you are subjected to that disease that you've had to roll against a few times.
Oh, okay.
But you'll have to take them. They'll only last for an hour, so you'll have to take them at a good time.
I have one more question before we leave.
Oh my god.
Well, I checked your online inventory and I couldn't tell if you had it in stock. But do you happen to have an undead eyeball encased in a gem worth at least 150 PV or gold?
As she opens another drawer and there's just a slew of eyeballs looking back at you. I have as many as you need.
Nice.
Okay, question: do I need to do I use this item and it's gone after I use
Correct.
it?
You need 1 for every time that you cast that spell.
Ooh. Why am I so poor? Ugh, I'll buy one.
Because you guys have only been fighting monsters. You haven't really done stuff to.
it's
Plus,
I'll
Yeah,
just
we're
buy
not-
one.
we
Test it out.
haven't killed any kings or queens yet.
right. All right, cool. So you have one of those.
Don't forget,
so,
I gave you 100. I gave you 100 gold earlier.
I already added that.
That will help us. Oh, okay.
I'm now broke.
Damn.
All right.
Damn.
So she says, "All right, you should leave. We don't want people looking into why you're in here." She takes a peek out of the window at the back of her store, and she sees that there's somebody coming, and she's got kind of her own entourage. And you peek out the window as well, and you see a woman. She has the lower half of her body is entirely snake, so she is slithering, but she's standing upright, and she's got snakes kind of coming out of her hair. She has
She's a
mostly
mega aunt.
mega aunt. She has purplish scales kind of littering all over her body, and she's holding kind of a scepter, and she has a number of these UNT Malisons, the snake-headed kind of beefy boys, following with her, and they're heading towards the Serpent's Bite.
Oh, is that the name of the shop we're at?
That's
right
where
now?
you guys are. Yes.
It is. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
We should go, guys.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with Medusa. Fuck that.
Is there a back door
Wait.
she could let us out of?
Wait, is there still a crowd outside of Salazar's adoring?
There is. So there is still a
Okay.
crowd outside. They allowed you to go into the store alone, or as your group, but they are outside waiting for you.
I'm wondering if I go out and start showering them with Salazar's gifts, and you guys slip out the back. I feel like she's probably looking for you, Knobolas, right? Because
Yeah,
you're the Messiah. I'm just some jagoff. So
Yeah,
like you guys slip out the back, and I'm gonna go out and start throwing pork at people and get them all riled up and distract them.
Okay.
Of course.
Make sure to let them know that I gave them all the.
Oh, of course, 100%.
Okay. Is everybody in
Booker
agreement on
has
this?
Booker's been working on his tricks, so he's gonna be like going up on his hind legs kind of thing and doing a little jig.
So let me just get this straight. Are you all going out the front and Knobolas is going out the back, or because you said
I'll
that
go out
everybody
the front and you guys sneak out the back.
Okay.
Is that yeah?
Yeah. So
So you'll be by yourself.
Well,
Where
I'll catch
will we
up to
meet
you
back
guys.
up?
We'll meet up.
Temple
We'll
of
meet back
Tongues?
up at the Temple of Tongues. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
all right.
Okay.
All
All right. Cool. So so Knobolas, how are you getting people's attention? Because at the moment you're kind of in a back room with Elshu.
No. I'm getting their attention. He's
Mm-hmm.
sneaking out to avoid the Medusa lady.
Along
You
with
mean, like,
everybody
our
else,
party?
right?
Oh, we went back out to like after I bought that
Okay,
special,
sorry.
very expensive
Oh, okay.
eyeball. We were
Okay,
all
so,
together.
so you're all outside and you're trying to get away, and he's going to distract. Is that the gist?
Yes.
Okay, let's just see if that works. So rather than deal with the details, so if you're trying to get away without being seen, Knobolas, anybody who's trying to go with you, all of you roll a stealth for me, and TaLin, why don't you roll me another d20 as well?
Mother.
Oh, damn it.
All right. This is just about the guard.
Yep.
Where'd it go? Oh, that was a 14 for the guard.
Okay,
So
so the guard is there's some flies starting to get all up in his business, but he's still up there.
how? Well, it is pretty hot here. That's probably true.
Also, your pass without a trace would have ended by
Yeah,
now. So that's
Finished
fine.
by now, right?
Yep. So Alessio, even though you crit failed, you still got an 11.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
18 for me.
I got
Alright.
a 17.
Cool. And then
Why am I
Ed,
so
Ed, I
stealthy?
would like you to make a performance check.
Sure.
Perform.
Reform.
You guys rolled pretty well.
Gaze upon the gifts of the great Salazar. He says that you all have proved yourselves worthy of his holy feast. Celebrate, and definitely run around like crazy, all of you. Ah!
Seems like it should work.
The
Ooh,
delay of the roll with all of the acting was
19.
funny. With a 19. All right, so you are reaching into this bag over and over and over again, and just pork is flowing out of it. And some of the slaves actually, they're still walking around. Some of them still having those boulders around their necks, are diving on the ground to try to get this meat. And as the slaves dive on the ground, some of the Malisons are actually coming over and they're just whipping at the slaves, and a couple of them are kicking at them and they're pushing them over and they're taking the meat for themselves. And then one of the Malisons actually comes over. He stomps on one of the slaves' hands with the meat and just kind of, like right into the ground. And you hear the slave kind of yell out in pain. But this creates quite a distraction. And those of you trying to get away, not a problem at all.
woohoo!
All right, so now that you've gotten away, you guys are heading towards the Temple of Tongues. Okay, so let me just kind of take care of this.
Sneaky.
Were you trying to take the traitor, or were you trying to lose the guy that was showing you around? What do you want them to do?
Should it just be us? What do y'all think?
Yeah, just be
Oh.
us. I think we've.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we don't need to worry about him.
Yep.
sure. Okay,
We can
let
just
them
be
get-
wandering around telling about the miracles and stuff.
Yes.
excellent.
Yes. Spread
Okay.
the word of the Messiah.
So, I would like Agnomeio. Could you roll a d6 for me, please?
Sure.
This is how many minutes it's going to take for you to catch back up.
5.
Unless, 5 minutes, so that's not a big deal. Tell me, guys, are you going to just go into the temple, or are you going to try to wait for Agnomeio?
We said, he can meet us inside, right?
Whatever you want.
But we
I
don't
just
know
want to
what.
be out here in the
yeah,
open.
we don't.
Like,
we
I
don't
want
know.
the crowd
What's,
to see us.
yeah, we don't know what's
Yeah.
going to happen when we get in there. So we could.
And didn't
Maybe-
you guys think you'd seen some of the raiders heading
Oh,
into
the
the Temple
blue.
of Tongues?
Mhm.
The blue sash last time?
Yeah, maybe we just kind of hide around, like in the shadows of the Temple of Tongues, but we don't go in, and we wait for Agnomeio.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, so
See
you
if we
wait.
see anybody we know.
So you wait for Agnomeio to go into the Temple of Tongues, and he does catch back up to you about 5 minutes later. But at this point, you now can see, kind of in the distance, that this priestess is now heading back towards the Temple of Tongues. Clearly, whatever was happening, she realizes that you guys are not there yet, and she's heading back towards her temple.
Should we run inside?
Yes.
Yeah, like how big is
I
this
would
Temple
say
of Tongues?
So the temple itself is, I'm not sure how you quantify that, but it's probably like 100 feet wide, maybe a little bit more. It's not huge.
Okay, so it's not huge.
Yeah, it's not huge. It's got room probably for like 6-7 rooms inside. Think like typical, like I guess like a church, but smaller.
A chapel.
A chapel, yeah. That's a good way to think of it.
What's this? Is that just a house to the
Yeah, those are all
kind of
random
northeast
houses.
of it?
Yep.
Like the northeast of it, that like.
Oh, yeah,
mimics
it's
and
just
stuff?
another like set piece, yeah.
Just trying to think if there's somewhere we could hide nearby it.
There
We
are definitely
wouldn't get
places that
caught
you
by
could hide
anyone,
if you'd like to. But that would be a decision that you guys should make pretty quickly.
Yeah, he did say
Yeah.
her palace, which concerns me deeply. So I'm wondering. We should-
Right? Yeah, that she would quickly know that we had come in there.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
and there's a wall behind it that we could maybe hide nearby to see if, like, to keep an eye out for
like
Agnomeio.
go up to Duthriel. Like, well,
Yeah, or even like behind these walls.
Are
So
we
the
just
priest-
trying to spy on her? Like, what
the
are
priest-
we doing? What's our goal?
The priestess is getting closer.
We're trying to keep an eye out for Agnomeio so that he doesn't walk right into the Temple of Tongues.
Oh, he's
No,
already
he's
with us.
he's already back with us.
Yeah,
Yep.
I caught up.
Yeah,
Oh.
you guys are all together. Basically, you're at the front of the Temple of Tongues. She is currently walking back, and we'll see you very shortly whether you go in or not. If you guys want an opportunity to hide, this is where you could take your opportunity. Or if you want to just go in, you could do that too.
Well, should we hide and figure out what the hell we're doing? Because I think right now we don't have a freaking plan or clue or anything.
Yeah, I say we
Just
kind of
walk
go
right in.
here behind this wall and wait until she lets
Regroup.
Lever go in, and then we can figure it out.
I'm just
Exactly.
so upset this isn't a brothel like we
Yeah,
talked
that,
about
that
last
seems like a
episode.
good idea.
That's what
okay.
I thought it was gonna be.
All
Hey,
right.
maybe she's the madam.
Oh, maybe. Knobolas would be
Yeah,
good.
the Temple of Tongues. It sounds like a brothel. Who knows?
All right.
Eh?
So
It's gonna
the
be a deal.
so the priestess, she makes her way back towards the Temple of Tongues, and you see her go inside, along with her full escort.
Okay.
I mean,
So do
should
we
go
get- so-
forward, or what do y'all want to do?
Initial plan was right. We're basically trying to get into the ziggurat to stop the fog, and the directions we have are to get into the sleeping quarters, which would be better if we went in when people are less likely to be sleeping. So it seems
Yeah, I mean, remember we did.
if it's still
did get
daytime.
we did get some hints as to maybe open the cage and rescue the prisoners.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't cause trouble by interacting with the priestess or whoever she is. Maybe we should just lay low for a while and go ahead
Yeah.
and get on with our mission.
Actually, yeah. Has anybody seen any Goliaths? Can we roll a perception check for having observed any like Goliaths or cages where they keep slaves when they're not
Sure.
working?
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you, since you asked, why don't you roll a perception?
Doo-doo-doo.
Hey, Daffy, why don't you roll perception too?
Okay.
It's a 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Goliaths are big.
The city's bigger than it looks on the map too. So, because I have to make these things.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
All right, a 14.
He's meeting in a second over there.
And Daffy 14. Okay.
So at the moment, you have not seen any Goliaths, but you're continuing to see a number of slaves are walking by you, and they're starting to notice you hiding behind this wall.
Well, okay.
I mean, what do you guys want to do?
I feel
What
bad that
time
we
of day
left
is
our-
it?
escort, like should we get back up with our posse that was following us around and worshiping us? I feel like maybe we shouldn't have left them like we did.
But
Should
I feel
we
like
go
that
back
makes it
to
a
the
lot
city
harder to
square
sneak
and-
into anything.
I was gonna say though, maybe we don't need to sneak in. Maybe we go back to the city square and hold like an old-timey spiritual revival, and then have them escort us into the ziggurat.
I mean, the one guy's not glowing
Hallelujah.
anymore. Like
As long
our
as that-
chosen one
As long as
sacrifice
the lady
is no
stays
longer
inside her
glowing.
temple, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm in for using Knobolas' celebrity to try to maybe get into the ziggurat somehow.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, are you planning on walking back towards the market? You don't
go
actually.
back toward,
Yeah.
or
At
the
this
square.
point,
I should say. Yeah, maybe
let's not
the
bother
square.
moving your tokens anymore, just because I think it's unnecessary.
Should
All right.
So
the rest
that's
of
fine.
us like run around the city like come to the city square. It's time to acknowledge our Messiah. Ah. And like
You guys-
drum up a bunch of followers.
There we go.
Okay. Is that what you'd like to do? I mean, you guys got to tell me what you're gonna do.
No, let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
All right. Cool.
do it.
All right. Sweet.
Like,
All right.
Really,
Apparently.
I would say it's secretly like they can all go ahead of us and like face we'll talk about this later. Go ahead.
Let's
All
go.
right,
Let's make
cool.
it happen.
So all of you go around the city proclaiming basically. You're all kind of walking around and being like, "Come to the market. The great Salazar is gonna make a proclamation
Reveal.
or something like that." Yes.
It would reveal. It is his time of revelation. Revelation, brothers and sisters.
Excellent. Okay, so you all head to the square, and by this point, there are a lot of people in the market. Pretty much anybody who is not a slave. So you've got a lot of people who have just various snake body parts. Many of them look very strong. And they're waiting for you, Knobolas. What are you saying?
I mean, I kind of want to tell them to gather their slaves. I mean, this sounds horrible, and I don't recommend this, but I would like the slaves to lead the way. That way, if there's any dangers, I'd like them to fall victim to the dangers and not us.
Jesus. All right.
I'm sorry.
So let me just understand.
Could they gather their biggest slaves, like their Goliath? As their ones that, take
It's
on
all up to Knobolas. I'm waiting for Knobolas to make a proclamation and
I don't
tell
wanna
me
be
what
the
he's
bad
saying.
guy.
You do what you got to do.
I mean, I'm assuming we're all going to storm this freaking ziggurat. Is that the plan?
I mean, you're the Messiah. You tell us.
Guys, I'm not actually the Messiah. Come on.
Just say, take me to the dragon or some shit. Just say something.
It's time to overthrow the wrongful ruler of this place.
Yes.
Time to hearken the return of Alexia. Death
Take
to the
me to the
dragon.
Goliath of your gaseous green gas.
What they said.
So you're standing in the square and you're saying that it's time to overthrow the dragon?
Yes.
Power to the people. Right now.
We're all gonna die.
Oh god.
That was-
No, not
I
overthrowing.
still like my slave idea, but y'all thought that was too dark.
You wanna?
No, you thought
Oh
it
my
was.
God.
Nobody said anything. Just saying. Say whatever you want. This is your show, Knobolas.
Can we do like an insight check to get a sense of the vibe of do people,
Absolutely.
like, not just including
But
the
I'm gonna
slaves, feel...
make Knobolas do it. Knobolas, roll an insight check
Okay.
as you start to talk about overthrowing the dragon.
Yeah, like do they want to overthrow the dragon? or are
Actually,
we
before
saying, "Fuck
so
your
before
God"?
I react, I'm not even going to look at what it is. So before anything comes of this, are you saying to bring the slaves or are you saying to overthrow the dragon? Because you said both of those, and they will both have different reactions.
The dragon's like Santa Claus. It's always listening.
And I'm
No,
gonna
but
make
like,
I'm
what-
gonna make you roll again. That way you can't use that roll to determine what you want to do.
Because I'm scared that they
Oh,
worship
come
the dragon
on.
and then I'll like ruin everything.
No, just go with your gut, man. Just make it happen. Just go.
Overthrow the dragon. Let's just go with it.
Oh,
Okay. All
Oh
right.
god, we're all dead.
So make one more
so
insight
far.
check because that unfortunately was a bogus roll.
Oh, okay.
Hold on,
Okay.
I'm gonna risky
Come
it.
on.
All right. He's gonna risky whiskey.
Dear chat, the bogus roll was a 19. How come?
Yeah, I saw that after the fact. I was like,
I know we did.
Yeah. Oh, a natty.
Oh,
Natty!
Oh, no.
Oh, in your face.
All right. So keep in mind you're rolling insight, not persuasion at the moment, but still a 20 may or may not have mattered. Insight here is a lot of confused faces. They're wondering why the Messiah would want to overthrow the dragon. And you're starting to hear people say, does he not know the plan? What is he talking about? Why would we overthrow the dragon?
False prophet! False prophet! He has led you astray!
Shut up, Agnomeio.
So
Sabotage.
I was talking about the dragon, by the way.
So
Oh, okay, there you go. Good.
I see. All right, then make a compelling argument, Agnomeio, and I'll potentially let you deal with that.
He's
yeah,
the Messiah. Make him do it.
I know, but you're his mouthpiece here. I don't know.
Okay, fine.
Yes, no.
You're his herald.
Look at you! Look at you! Purebloods! Why do you languish as slaves amongst the UNT? See, Salazar has come to emancipate you from the heathen that is this horrid dragon. Follow Salazar! Follow him and defeat your unworthy master! Praise be to Salazar!
Wow.
God. I think I was in a cult once.
I would like you to roll.
And this is how cults form.
So you could either roll persuasion or performance, and I'm going to give you advantage because that was wonderful.
Okay.
better whiskey it if you don't do well.
Yeah, no, I definitely will.
Ooh.
16?
So it's 16 performance. You tell me, is that what you're keeping or no? Keep in mind, if you risky whiskey, you have to keep it. So
if I risky whiskey, do I still get to use the advantage though?
No.
you can use the advantage on the risky whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
You're essentially
I'm gonna
getting
do it.
4 rolls for this because I was, I'm
I've also
inspired.
killed this entire bottle of Manischewitz at this point.
Holy crap!
All right.
Oh, it's full at the beginning.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh my God! No wonder he's freaking all jacked up on elderberry.
Yeah, baby, 19.
A 19. All right. So, you have the people's ear. They are starting to say, "Yeah, why do we need this dragon? We've been able to survive here for millennia. We've been, everything we've always been doing has been working. We've brought Helix back before."
Yeah.
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 Okay. Good to know.
Apparently.
At this point, Salazar, you feel somebody behind you staring at you. And you turn around to see the
God,
body
it's Medusa.
of the priestess here.
Oh, I knew it.
And she says, "Salazar, you claim to be a messiah. Perhaps you would like to share your message with me in the temple." And your whole group is surrounded by Malison.
I'm sorry, the Holy One didn't tell me of you. Who are you?
Oh damn, dude. That's. Oh man.
Oh, bad. Oh, bad. We're gonna have a religious riot in the fucking city.
Wait,
City square. This is gonna be awesome.
has the traitor that you had rescued earlier anywhere nearby to like whisper info to us?
The traider?
Yeah.
What do you want him to say?
Trader.
Yeah. Like what kind of info are you looking for?
Well, either who this lady is or like who.
So
What bringing
was just
Helix back means.
He was just arriving at the city, so he probably wouldn't know. The slave might know, but she is currently staring at Knobolas waiting for an answer. If somebody whispered to him, she would see. So let's see. So that was what do we want to say? Is that performance? I know, persuasion. Let's go deception. Let's go deception.
I would say she better be the one to roll. I'm the one questioning her. But,
Well,
okay.
she's going to roll as well.
Deception.
Yep, deception.
Man, Knobolas is getting demanding over here.
Knobolas.
Salazar.
28. How about a 28?
A natty.
Know
All
your role.
right, hold on. Private roll. Let me actually no, I won't do private. I'll let's see. So she's going to do
See it. 14.
14.
Oh.
She says, "Perhaps you are new to the city and do not know me. I am Priestess Achi. And I am the priestess of the Temple of Tongues and speaker for Thorak and those of the Ziggurat. I suggest you follow me, or you will be killed here in the streets, and your word will never amount to anything."
Killed by whom?
And she looks around at all of the people surrounding you.
Yeah, dude, don't you see the freaking pitchforks?
Okay, can my friends come too?
I insist.
Can my friends come too?
So at this point, they start marching you over towards the Temple of Tongues, and you enter into the Temple of Tongues, and we will start there next week. Yeah, I know.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's already 11 o'clock. I know. Yeah. So next week
we start with the itchy priestess.
The itchy priestess. Atchi? You guys are the worst.
Priestess Achu.
Achu. Prince Abubu.
Elshu.
Right. So
Itchy and Elshu.
She's the sneezing priestess.
Okay. Thank you guys all for joining here tonight. We'll do shopping a little better in the future, but I appreciate everybody who stuck around. No, it was totally my fault. I could have made that go faster. So next week we will rejoin as everybody enters into the Temple of Tongues, following Priestess Atchi, Itchy, and we will see what message Salazar has to deliver. So,
Yes,
cool.
we will. Salazar,
All right. Two things real quick. The usual, I do want to thank our patrons, Mike, Adriana, EJ, James, Steve, Tony Two Toes, Gavin, and David. And Mike, we all want to wish you good luck tomorrow on the thing that we all know about. So, which I'm not going to just talk about on the internet. So, good luck tomorrow. And
Very much thinking of you.
Yes. All right. Thank you, everybody, and have a great rest of your night. Cheers.
Cheers.